Hello, I'm Alexander, and today we'll look at Kiwi Ears Quintet in-ear monitors, and I would like to thank Linsol for providing a sample for this review. As always, I'm not paid to make this review or offer any specific opinions about the product, and all thoughts expressed in this review are my own. Quintet is quite an unique IEM as it utilizes 4 different driver types. There are 5 drivers per channel, a DLC dynamic driver, 2 balanced armature drivers, a microplanar transducer, and a piezoelectric bone conductor. Even though it has a bit complicated driver configuration, Kiwi Ears did an excellent job with tuning, and Quintet is offering a balanced tonal signature with lots of detail, sonic realism, and a wide soundstage. The headphones arrived in a medium-sized carton box. On the front of the box there's a branding and illustration of IEM, and on the side of the box there's a list of technical specifications. In the box we have Kiwi Ears Quintet IEMs, detachable 0.78mm 2-pin cable, 6 pairs of silicone ear tips, carrying case, and a user manual. Impedance of Quintet is 32 ohms, sensitivity is 106 dB. Now let's talk about design and build. The shells are made of black medical grade resin and have quite an ergonomic shape. The faceplates are silver. There is a Kiwi Ears logo on the right faceplate and a model name on the left faceplate. The faceplates have a matte finish and complement the overall looks, but the surface of the shells made of medical grade resin are fingerprint magnets. The IEMs have 2 vent holes, both of which are located on top of the shell near the connector. There are no channel markings here, so you can either navigate by remembering which faceplate is which channel or looking at the cable connector base. The nozzles here are also made from resin and are part of the shell. The nozzles are on the longer side. There's a metal mesh at the end of each nozzle and a small lip that helps with ear tips retainment. Overall, the build quality, while it doesn't keep up with the price tag, is still good, and the IEMs look minimalistic, which I liked a lot. Now a couple of words about fit and comfort. The IEM shells are made from medical grade resin, they are polished and there are no sharp edges here. They are medium in size and have an ergonomic shape, and overall the fit of this IEM is kind of deep. I have big ears, and personally for myself finding a good seal and fit with stock ear tips was quite easy. Though not as easy as for example with my pair of Moondrop Blessing 2. I've been using Quintet for extended periods of time, and they are light and comfortable, but the weight of IEM is not distributed evenly, so just make sure that you're using the right ear tip size that provide you with a strong seal. Now let's look at the cable. The cable that comes with this IEM is 1.2 meters long. It has a straight 3.5mm connector on one end and 2 0.78mm 2-pin connectors on the other ends. The right connector base has a red marking to allow easy channel navigation. The cable has a metal splitter, soft pre-molded ear hooks, and a metal chin slider. Overall, I would say this cable is quite okay. It's soft and is low in microphonics, but still it can't keep up with the Quintet's price tag. Now let's talk about the sound. Please note that all sound impressions that I'm sharing on my channel are entirely subjective, so please take them with a grain of salt. At 32 ohms of impedance and 106 dB of sensitivity, Quintet is easy to drive, and I had no issues driving it from my Samsung Galaxy S10. The sound of Quintet is something that I have not heard before, and this was one of many exciting things about this pair. I was a bit skeptical when I received it, as tuning 4 diverse types of drivers in a single shell is quite a hard job. But kudos to the Kiwi Ears team, the tuning is outstanding and Quintet is a very coherent IEM. 5 drivers per side each serve their own purpose. The dynamic driver takes care of low frequency, 2 balanced armatures are reproducing mid-range, the microplanar driver oversees the treble, and the PTZ driver oversees the upper treble, adding additional air to the presentation. On my first listening, I had quite a strange feeling. From one side, I was pleasantly surprised with the sheer resolution of this IEM and the realism of the sound presentation. But at the same time, my mind was boggling trying to focus on details that were all over the place. Surprisingly, half an hour later, the overall sound signature became more coherent, and I personally do not believe in burn-in, especially such a fast one. But I indeed believe that one's brain and ears are getting used to the sound over time. The bass is the first thing I need to mention when we talk about the sound, particularly bass speed and control, both of which are impressive. The bass is also punchy and well textured. Sub-bass extends well, but not near any bass head levels, while mid-bass has a good impact. In addition, there is no bass bleed into mid-range. Mid-range is clear and articulate, but not very forward. Vocals and instruments have a natural timbre, presentation and texture, which adds a lot of realism to the overall sound. The upper mid-range is more energetic than the lower mid-range, resulting in a lack of note weight with male vocals, while female vocals can sometimes be way too upfront for my personal liking. Treble is probably one of the strongest points of this IEM. It's well extended and has a lot of sparkle, energy and air. I was also a bit skeptical about piezo driver in this configuration, as some implementation of piezo drivers results in a typical piezo zinc, but fortunately I rarely experience such a thing with Quintet. Transients are good, details and micro details are excellent, and Quintet really shines in this area. Treble, despite being so well extended and implemented, is not sibilant or harsh, but still, with some recordings it was borderline sibilant for me, so keep this in mind if you're a treble sensitive person. The soundstage width and depth are above average, and the IEM offers a moderate sized sound presentation. I both enjoyed Quintet with my music and also with gaming. The imaging is great, offering a good sense of distance, the resolution and instrument separation are also excellent, but not exemplary. Still, Quintet is technically a very capable pair of IEMs with great resolution and excellent detail retrieval, and in addition, it responds well to EQ too. Let's summarize. Despite using a not very typical driver configuration, Kiwi Ears did a great job with Quintet. The sound coherency is surprisingly good, and the individual drivers do their job well, resulting in a well-blended combination of sound. Pros: excellent fit and comfort, balanced U-shaped sound signature, excellent coherency, fast and well-controlled bass, sparkly and airy treble with a good extension, decent detail retrieval and good technicalities for the price, and the IEM is easy to drive. Cons: sub-bass amount can be a deal breaker for some people, though this can be easily fixed with EQ. Treble can be a little bit hot if you're a treble sensitive listener, and it can have a metallic timbre on rare occasions. With some recordings, the IEMs also lack dynamics. And lastly, the supplied case could have been a little bit deeper for more comfortable IEM storage. In my opinion, Quintet is a solid performer that punches above its weight. It has a balanced U-shaped sound signature, coherent tuning, lively and engaging tonality, good and fast bass, sparkly treble and excellent technical abilities for its price. I can absolutely recommend Quintet to those looking for fun and engaging sound signature IEMs with a good resolution and lots of detail in this price bracket. Alright guys, that's all from me for today, and I hope that you enjoyed this review. If you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel and click the bell icon to receive new video updates. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.